So there's a hero of mine, and his name is N.T. Wright, and he's an Englishman, and people call him the foremost authority on the New Testament alive in the world today. Everybody, that means something. And he's come out with his own translation. He's a Greek expert of the New Testament. And I was just reading last week his account of how Jesus calmed the storm. This is what happened, everyone. Are you ready for a little bit of seasickness? Here we go. So he says to his disciples, let's go to the other side. What does Jesus do? He goes to the back of the boat. What a cool image. I'm going to watch this on Netflix when I get to heaven, everybody. Jesus puts his head down on a pillow and he falls asleep. I want that image in my mind. Jesus who's resting. Well, a storm picks up, and at first the disciples, they're the experts. They know what they're doing. They're all experienced. They work and work and work. But you know what? It doesn't work. They cannot defeat the storm. And then they run to Jesus and wake him up and shake him up. Can you see season 1 here, everyone? They're shaking him up. Don't you care that we're going to die? And it's very interesting, the reaction of Jesus. He turns around to them in Tom Wright's, N.T. Wright's translation, and he says this to them, "Oh, you little of faith lot, what are you actually doing?" He looks at them and then he says to them, "Where's your faith?" He talks to them and then he turns around and he talks to the storm. It's very interesting, this, everybody. And I'd never noticed this before. He calms something inside of them before he calms something outside of them. It's like he had to rebuke something in them before he could rebuke something outside of them. Pastor Ray has a great phrase, and it's this: before God can do something great through you, he needs to do something great in you. And there's been many times in my life, I'm thinking, Jesus, calm the storm all around. Calm this in my life, this in my marriage, this in my family, this in my world. And Jesus says, no, Andrew, there's always going to be storms. I need to calm something inside of you. And I pray today that you hear the gentle but yet assertive voice of Jesus that speaks peace to your soul and says, before I can change the world, I need to change something in you. So everybody, there's storms today, quite literally here in Northern California there's storms today, but there is one who can speak to the storm inside of us. Let's listen out for his voice.